The Set the Truth Free campaign is really just asking for the truth, and in many ways this is the most crucial period in the campaign. We believe that the truth about Bloody Sunday is devastating to the British government, to the British military, to the whole British political establishment. They're frightened of it. And we should keep in mind the unique nature of the Savile inquiry. There has never been in history a more detailed and meticulous examination of a British Army operation. It's doubtful if there's a parallel anywhere in the world. If Savile has done his job, and we're fairly confident that he has, this will be a second by second, shot by shot examination of a military operation in which a large number of unarmed civilians were massacred. Now, in the contemporary world, when we look at Iraq, when we look at Afghanistan, when we look not just in relation to British troops, but when we look at the massacres of innocent people, in Sri Lanka, Sierra Leone, whatever it is, by state forces, those people will never get the truth. They'll certainly never get a Savile tribunal. I think in that sense, this issue is emblematic of something which is much wider around the world, and the Bloody Sunday families are in some sense representing people around the world whose lives have been treated like dirt by oppressive state forces. So it's of the utmost importance that we get the truth, not just for Derry, not just for the Bloody Sunday families, but that the truth about Bloody Sunday should go out around the world, because there's lessons all around the world. And I think that's what the British government's frightened of. That's why at the very last minute they want to muddy the waters, they want to confuse the message which comes out. They want to be in pole position to distort, to spin the findings of the Savile Tribunal. After all this time, after more than 30 years of campaigning, after 12 years, more than 12 years of the tribunal being in existence, this attempt at the very last minute, at the 11th hour by the British government to compromise the findings of the Savile Tribunal, and that's what's happening. It is a disgrace. It indicates the guilty conscience, if conscience they have, of Mr. Woodward and the British government and the military establishment. And it indicates that they were never, their bona fides were always questionable in the first place. If the British government persists with the arrangements for publication of Savile's report that they have suggested, that would certainly say to me that they never saw this as an exercise in finding out the truth, that this was a manoeuvre, it was a stunt which lasted for 12 years and cost £200 million. That's a disgrace. It's absolutely unacceptable, and it should be unacceptable to Democrats and people sort of a decent middle-of-the-road opinion in Britain as well as in Ireland. When the state massacres its citizens, it must be held to account. When the institutions of state commit crimes against the people, they must be held to account. The Bloody Sunday families uniquely have had a chance of calling the British Army and the British state to account. Woodward doesn't like that. The new Labour government doesn't like it. None of them like it because they don't like the truth. That's the importance of the arrangements for publishing the Savile Tribunal's report.